Hello everyone, this is Goosebumps Godzilla, and today I'm going to be ranking the Easter-themed Goosebumps books. And so I'm really quite surprised about how many Easter-themed Goosebumps books we actually have. We have Egg Monsters from Mars, My Friends Call Me Monster, Chicken Chicken, and Bad Hair Day. There are a bunch of Easter-themed Goosebumps books out there, considering that at first I only thought there was Egg Monsters from Mars and maybe Bad Hair Day, and I thought that was it. But I'm quite surprised about how many Easter-themed Goosebumps books there actually are. And so, for this video, I'm going to be comparing and contrasting each of these Easter Goosebumps books and try to decide which one is the best. So first, let's take a look at Egg Monsters from Mars, since the first book I have right in front of me. So basically, in Egg Monsters from Mars, without getting too into the spoilers, basically this kid finds an alien egg during an Easter egg hunt, and he tries to figure out what it is, and this later involves an evil scientist. And so this book, it's honestly pretty good. I kind of wish the main protagonist's sister was a little meaner than what she was. I mean, she was mean-ish in this book, but it wasn't Terror the Terrible level mean. I mean, that's what really made Cuckoo Clock of Doom good. It was this really, evil kid. I really enjoyed that about Cuckoo Clock of Doom. And I think if they just inserted Tara as the main protagonist's sister, I think it would have made this book 1,000 times better. But really, the whole point of this book is the alien aspect, and it's kind of lacking in this book. When I saw the Goosebumps film and I saw the body squeezers in there, I actually thought they were in Egg Monsters from Mars. I was wrong, but I was just kind of disappointed about how there was no evil aliens in here or anything. Like, the Egg Monsters from Mars is just, they're good. They're not even good, they're just normal. They're just little animal eggs. And I found that very disappointing because I was expecting this evil alien stuff. I'm really into those sci-fi, alien, Star Wars sort of thing. And so the fact that they didn't have any evil aliens in this movie kind of detracted points for me. Not points, but I guess stars. I don't know. It's just was really disappointing about that. And the main antagonist we do get was, again, very disappointing. But I think I'm being a bit too harsh on the book. It's still a really great book. Very enjoyable to read. I read this in one day. Really great. But one part in the book, it just felt like, I don't know, kind of boring, because the main protagonist stays in this one spot for a long period of time. And that part kind of gets boring after a little while, but great book overall. And so next, let's get to another Easter-themed Goosebumps book, Chicken Chicken. So this one is hated by a lot of people. Chicken Chicken is proclaimed by many to be the worst of the Goosebumps books, but I actually honestly believe that this is one of the best, not the best, but it's not the worst. Let's just try to say that. It's not as good as My Harry's Adventure, I will say that, but it's still a pretty good Goosebumps books. I actually found some parts very scary, and I love the whole transformation with the chicken thing. I thought that was very fun. My only big problem with this book is the villain's motivation. The villain's name is Vanessa, and I don't know, she's just meh, and her motivations for what she does is just kind of bad as well. Doesn't really get into detail on her character, and she just seems to want to ruin kids' lives just because she can. And I don't know, I just didn't really like that about the book. Other than the villain, though, it's pretty good. Again, I found some parts very scary. And the whole transforming into the chicken thing was really great. It was super well done, and turned this really goofy concept into, I would say, a less goofy book. It was kind of scary, again, I will say. And so that's pretty much Chicken Chicken. There's really not that much to say without spoiling the book. But, Chicken Chicken's pretty good. Next we have Bad Hair Day. And so, Bad Hair Day is a really great Goosebumps book. This is one of the last Goosebumps books I read in the original series, if not the last, before I finished reading all of them. And this one was, honestly, again, pretty great. The Easter Bunny thing is not really in the book. The that you see on the cover. The Easter Bunny's not that big part of the book, but it's still pretty great. But basically in the book, our main protagonist who's into magic, basically, he goes to the show from one of his favorite magicians, Amazo, and he steals Amazo's magic kit, and a lot of trouble ensues. And I found this book actually to be very, very great. I loved the main protagonist's sister because, I don't know why, but I love it when the main protagonist has a sister or a sibling that's really mean to them. I don't know, I find that very enjoyable to read, and I loved it in this book. I thought it was a really great addition to the book, and I really like it how they're trying out some of Amazo's tricks in the book. Again, really great. I love the whole bunny aspect when it's in there. It's not in there for a majority of the book. Like, at the very end, it's utilized very well, but for majority of the book, it's not really in there. But I loved Amazo as well. Amazo was really great. The twist with him was really great as well. And it's overall a very, very great book. There's not really that many complaints I would have with the book. I don't really think I have any complaints. It's just really great. And so, next, let's talk about My Friends Call Me Monster. So this is the last of the Easter books I'm going to be going in depth into without spoiling anything. So basically, My Friends Call Me Monster is about this kid named Michael Monroe. He wants to get revenge on his teacher, so he goes inside her house, and when he sees what she's doing, though, inside the house, it starts this whole mystery element plot that is really, really great. So, yeah, it's, as you can tell from the cover, there's eggs involved into this. It's kind of like Egg Monsters from Mars, except it's better because this time we have evil aliens. And also is very similar to Calling All Creeps, which is my favorite Goosebumps book. So, of course, I loved it for that reason as well. And I found it very entertaining. Most people do not like the Horrorland books. I, however, an exception. Most of my favorite Goosebumps books are in the Horrorland series. But also, my least favorite Goosebumps book is also in that series, Weirdo Halloween. I highly recommend you to not read that book. But this book is pretty great. The ending part to it was pretty great as well. I'm saying pretty great a lot. The aliens are the highlight of the book. They're really cool. The mystery with the eggs and stuff like that is very well done. I love it when R.L. Stine does some mysteries and stuff like that, as long as they're really well done, like the Horror Camp Jelly Jam or something like that. But I really like this book. I found it very enjoyable and fast-paced, and you could easily read this book in one day. But that's pretty much all the Easter-themed Goosebumps books that I'm going to be talking about, so now it's time to rank them from worst to best. And so worst, I'm going to have to give that place to Egg Monsters from Mars. I really enjoyed the book, but the sister was not as good as she should have been. And the Egg Monsters from Mars, the thing that the title of the book's about, is kind of underutilized. And the main antagonist really isn't that great. And the whole book kind of seems to stop at one part where we just stay in the same area for an extended period of time. And I did not like that about the book. So I would have to put this as my least favorite in this Easter-themed Goosebumps book ranking. But it's still a really great Goosebumps book. Okay, next we have My Friends Call Me Monster. So this is the third best Goosebumps book from the Easter-themed ones. And as I said not too long ago, it's a pretty great Goosebumps book. I do have a few minor nitpicks about the book, but overall it's pretty great. The bad guy I forgot to mention really was just beat up really bad. That was a little disappointing. So, there is that complaint, but really it's a pretty great Goosebumps book, but not as good as the other two that I'm about to talk about. And so, next place is to Chicken Chicken. Chicken Chicken is the second best Easter-themed Goosebumps book. And while it's not the best of any of the Goosebumps books, it's still a really great Goosebumps book. I don't get why everyone hates it so much. It's really great. I'm saying really great a lot. But pretty much the plot's really cool. The villain is slightly disappointing. It's not the best villain Goosebumps have ever had, and its motivations are kind of off. But other than that, I really enjoyed Chicken Chicken. I think you would too, whoever is watching this video. But yeah. And now it's time for the #1 pick of the Easter-themed Goosebumps books, Bad Hair Day. Bad Hair Day, as I said before, I found really entertaining. There's no major flaws, I would say, to this book. There's a lot of fun stuff going on. I love it when the Easter Bunny thing is used that you see on the cover. It's really good. I would probably give that book, if I had to put it on stars and stuff like that, like 4.8 out of 5. It's really great. There's no major flaws with the story. And so, yeah, that's my ranking for the Easter-themed Goosebumps book. In the comment section down below, type in which is your favorite. Chicken Chicken, Bad Hair Day, My Friends Call Me Monster, or Egg Monsters from Mars. But anyway, guys, that's the end of my video, and I hope you guys have a happy Easter.